Spotify screwed over more than 60 million artists. They decided to demonetize millions of songs, and now they say if you use bots, you owe them money. Indie artists will have no choice but to start using bots. I think it's another hit against indie artists and distributors. Wait, I don't get it. Hey everyone, this is Alex. Welcome back to my channel. Recently, I made a video talking about how Spotify screwed over more than 60 million artists and how their new royalty payment structure will not stop bot activity. Instead, it will only increase it because indie artists will have no choice but to start using bots to get 1,000 streams on their songs to qualify for royalties. So let's discuss who will be affected and how it might impact you as an artist. So here's what's going on. Starting in Q1 of 2024, Spotify is rolling out a new fraud penalty system. First, they decided to demonetize millions of songs, and now they say if you use bots, you will owe them money. So my biggest confusion is, why $10? Who came up with this number? Their monthly premium is $9.99, but if people use bots, they will have to pay $10? Okay, let's let it slide for now. $10 it is. Some genius at Spotify decided that this fine $10 is cool, and people gonna start botting because they're gonna be worried about $10. But what are they charging it for? Spotify will charge $10 per track if it's found that over 90% of its streams are, let's say, from non-human fans. Wait, I don't get it. So if someone has 1,000 streams and 89% are bots, this track will be safe, but they will penalize whoever has 90% or more? This doesn't make any sense at all. So if you're watching, make sure to keep your bot activity below 90%. I'm just kidding, don't use bots. Never use bots. It will hurt you in the long run and will completely ruin your algorithms. Speaking of the almighty algorithm, please make sure to hit the like button to support the channel and subscribe, of course. I'm posting 3 videos per week, so there's a lot more cool content coming your way. Personally, I think it's another hit against indie artists and distributors, but it might not be as bad as it seems. Distributors like TuneCore and DistroKid take anything and everything, turning Spotify into a big trash can, piling it up with songs and random noises that no one listens to. So this finds might shift distribution into a more positive and selective environment, hopefully. At the end of the day, Spotify has to pay royalties even for botted streams. Yeah, they don't want to do that, which is definitely understandable. When a song crosses the 90% threshold of artificial popularity, this means the label, artist, or distributor gets the bill. According to Spotify, this targets tracks mostly fueled by bots, keeping most legitimate indie and major label tracks safe. I just have so many questions. Okay, so let's say Spotify determined that the song is botted and they fine them $10. Then what? Will the song be taken down? If the song has 1 million streams, it's around $4,000 in royalties. So if the song is botted, will they take $10 and then they pay the remaining $3,990? Will streams be removed? Is there a way to appeal? I highly doubt that humans will be checking every track to decide if it has bots or not. They will most likely be using AI to determine it. But AI might be wrong and decide that the song is botted even if it's not. I hope they will allow people to appeal, but even if they do, it probably won't do much. Fining for botted activity is actually a pretty common practice with record labels. Record labels do not bot their songs in any way and keep it very clean. But sometimes artists or managers would do something shady to make song appear more popular than it is. Or a famous song is added to a botted playlist without anyone's knowledge. I will explain what it means later in the video. So if any suspicious activity is detected, the record label will get fined by the streaming service. So record labels have to play by the rules. However, there are no penalties with independent distributors like DistroKid or TuneCore. They are getting away with anything. So who will be affected by this genius decision? First, it's obvious, indie artists that are botting their streams. So again, don't bot, don't bot, don't bot. And if you do have $10 ready. Just kidding, don't bot. But who will be affected the most are third-party playlists. And I'm actually glad. A few years ago, there was a time when Spotify's third-party playlists were super popular and actually legit. When Spotify started, a lot of high school kids began making their own playlists, adding songs they liked, and those playlists became super popular. One of the biggest lists used to be Sad Songs to Cry To, and this list was huge, generating a lot of streams, saves, and actually helping artists to get discovered. It used to be all about SEO for the playlist, and kids figured out that in order to get a lot of streams and followers on your playlist, you need to rank on Spotify. What they started doing is changing the names of the playlist. So here's how it was done. Let's say a huge movie was coming out, let's say Avengers. What would they name the playlist is Avengers Soundtrack or Soundtracks from Avengers Movie. And it would rank really high on Spotify. So when somebody would search Avengers Soundtrack, their playlist would come up on top, generating them a lot of followers and real streams. Then a new movie would come out and they would change it again. rinse and repeat a couple of times per month. Well, it was really good while it lasted. But the Spotify and other marketing companies started buying those playlists. Actually, a lot of the editorial playlists on Spotify used to be run by high school kids, and Spotify just purchased those, changing the name and making it the official Spotify playlist. Fast forwarding to today, almost 99% of the third-party playlists are botted, to the point that the streams from the playlist are surpassing its followers. And when your song is added to those playlists, your backend data will look like a blueprint from a theme park roller coaster. Remember how I said that many times famous songs will be added to botted playlists without the label's knowledge? That happens a lot. There is a market for fake streams, and it's huge. So it works in two ways, as a sales pitch and also a buffer to confuse the anti-bot algorithm. Here's an example. Let's say there's a botted playlist and the first 3 tracks are superstars. Let's say like Taylor Swift, Dua Lipa and Selena Gomez, for example. The playlist owners will sell the streams claiming that they are promoting those famous artists, which they're not. And it will also confuse the AI into thinking that the streams are real, because it starts from the song that is popular, so it behaves similar to a human that listens popular songs but also discovers new music. So the way the bots run on those playlists is that it starts from the first popular song and waterfalls down in order or just randomly. So each song gets a stream and then it repeats over and over again with multiple bots at the same time. The playlists usually have a mix of small and big artists, so for anti-bot AI, detecting those is really hard. So in my opinion, once Spotify is gonna start cranking down on those fake streams, those playlists will be gone first. And it will at least somewhat clean up Spotify from bots. I'm honestly really hoping that streaming farms will get under control at some point. From the digital marketer's point of view, I do not bot, and I never will because I simply don't believe in it. I would rather let the artists know that their campaign is not working and help them adjust, instead of lying and pretending that everything is going great. But artists want numbers and they want them fast. And I understand why. When they work hard on making a song, creating a video, and no one listens or watches it, it's very discouraging. I feel it myself. I spend time making a video, I release it, and I barely get any views. It's very upsetting. But I know that takes time and there are no shortcuts. But a lot of artists just simply don't understand that. They don't want to spend money promoting their songs for real and instead would just pay a streaming farm to get thousands of streams. So it looks like people care. Unfortunately, social proofing does exist and it does mess with your head. But don't get tempted. It takes time to promote your songs. If you do it the right way, at the end of the day, you will build a successful career. So I feel like Spotify is at least trying to take steps in the right direction. They will most likely mess it up one way or another, but eventually it will diminish bot activity. Hopefully. And this is our video for today. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Keep grinding, stay inspired, and God bless.